How would you deal with the excessive trash situation around Grundy County?
Okay. Well, we do have trash just like any other county. You'll see it on the side of the road. I do notice occasionally that we do have the corrections group that is involved in picking up litter. It's something that we'll need to look at. You know, we've got a landfill out at the county. We have convenience centers located throughout the county. That's one of the things that we'll have to look at, the times that we're currently operating our convenience centers, the way that we're currently manning our convenience centers. I can't say that I have the exact answers, right now, right here today, of what we need. But in business, what we would do, whenever we approached a problem like trash, it may not be trash in a business situation, but in this situation, we would look at it and not look at it over a long term. But in business, you move really rapidly, and we would look at what are our potential solutions to this. What is it that we need to do? What is causing the trash? I mean, is it blowing out of our trucks? Is it just people throwing it out? What is our cause? Is it something that we can do different with our convenience centers? Is it something that we can do different with our landfill situation? And I think that's how you address that. Is you dive into it, you look at what's causing the issue, and then you address it.
Would you be open to a county landfill?
Well, I would be open to that. Yes, I would be. Again, I would want to look at what the cost implications are, but I would certainly be open to that. I remember when it wasn't that long ago when, especially in construction related and those dealing with construction, to where you could take things out to the landfill. And so, yes, I would be open to at least looking at that.
How would you increase citizen involvement in county decisions?
Okay, that's a very good question, because I'm very pleased with the people that are here today, and I know there's a lot of people that's going to be watching this, and that tells me that the citizens of Grundy County, they're truly concerned. They're concerned about our county. And one of the things that I have said I was going to do is I'm going to be very open about every decision that we're making and be very open about what I am doing. I'm going to encourage people to come to the county workshops, encourage people to come to our county commissioners meeting, encourage people through social media, through our newspapers, through GCTV. I'm also going to be very present on GCTV or in the newspapers. I want to be present in the public. One of the key things that I have heard as I've started this campaign and been out campaigning is that we don't know, the citizens will say, we don't really know what's going on. We don't seem to know what's going on. There doesn't ever seem to be any communication. Well, I want to be very open. I want to be very open about everything that I do, and I want to encourage people to be very open and ask questions and get involved in their county government. And I think we're really seeing a change here in the county. We're seeing the county more engaged. I mean, everybody I've talked to about this August election, it seems that people are engaged. There's more signs on the roads here in this election than really there was in the primary season. And so that shows the public's engagement in this election, that people are concerned. And I think that we can carry this momentum into the county government by just being open and encouraging open communication, and not trying to do things in the back room, if you will. Just be open, and that's what I plan to do. Be very transparent and use any type of media that I can to be transparent and open to the county.
There are some citizens in the county, though, that they say that they're kept in the dark about county decisions. And you talk about being more transparent. How are you going to? What kind of process will you use to make that more transparent?
Okay. Well, the county commission meetings and all the decisions that are voted on in the county commission that is presented by the mayor, that's all done publicly. County workshops are done public. They're not very well publicized. So one of the things that I will do is publicly be very present on what times that these workshops are going to take place, when are the workshops going to take place? When is the county commission meetings going to take place? And this doesn't cost money. I mean, we have Facebook and we have all other types of social media. We have GCTV, which has said that there's an open invitation to come on GCTV, and we have both Cumberland View, we have Grundy Herald, we have many means of putting this out to the people, and that is certainly what I promise to do, is that to be very vocal about when we're having meetings, when these meetings are going to take place, and publishing what is going to take place in these meetings. And I think that if we do this, and again, this is something that it's not going to happen overnight, but I think we're seeing the public far more engaged, and this engagement, I think, will continue. And as long as there's communication out there, you'll see the public wanting to know more, the public wanting to be more involved, and there's the vehicles to make the public involved is out there. We've got the vehicles to get the word out. And I think as long as we do that, as long as we actively encourage public involvement, you'll see public involvement. And I look for the day when the county commission meeting, they're held in the courthouse in the upstairs courtroom. I look for the days where it's full in there. The public is there and it's full.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about the budget.
Okay, budget.
In fact, there's a two-sided question here. What are the areas in the budget that you feel need more money, and what are the areas in the budget that you feel might need to be cut?
Well, without having the budget set, which we haven't set our New Year's budget, I can't really directly answer that question. I mean, I would like to directly answer the question. We heard Mr. Baker talk about the Sheriff's Department, and a statistic he gave was, I believe, our average salary is $7.50 an hour. You know, that's very poor. That's obviously something that's got to be looked at there. We have other areas in the county that I know where we're going to need to apply money. We need to promote some of our parks, and we need to promote tourism. Don't believe we're going to have to spend money to go out and attract the manufacturing and other things, but there are some areas where we're going to have to take a look at where we're going to have to put the money. That aside, there are some areas that I think some of the perks that the county currently offers that could be looked at, that we might can address. We have some waste in the county that I feel, and I don't really want to get into that waste right now until I actually get hard numbers. I don't want to say something out of turn, but as with anything, as in a business, as in a household, and especially in government, there's waste, and we just need to be able to find the waste, attack that waste, and eliminate it, and be able to take the monies that we have, through the budget, and apply it to the areas that's going to need it the most.
What would be your first priority if you're elected?
Budget. You tired of that yet? But honestly, everything kind of hinges on this budget. I mean, that's why the county is engaged. I mean, we just took a 19% tax increase, and I think that's probably one of the catalysts that got the public engaged, is this big tax increase, and it's like it came out of nowhere. And so when you operate without the constraints or confines or the let's just say the dedication of your budget, then that's what's going to happen. You're going to make some decisions that are not going to be not smart decisions, because you're operating outside the constraints of the budget. So budget is number one. Number two, we've got to have jobs, and we hear that. We've got to have jobs, and I am going to vigorously pursue jobs through manufacturing, because I've talked to many manufacturers. I have lots of friends that are still in manufacturing, some of them at vice president level, and when I describe to them what Grundy County is like, they're like, man, you should have suppliers all over you, and we should. And that's what I'm going to attack. I'm going to pursue the manufacturing jobs, and then which in turn will allow more retail, allow more services, allow more opportunities, and which goes back to once this is established, then we're going to have more money coming into this budget, so this budget won't be such a nasty thing. When you got a good inflow, it's really easy to put together a budget. It's when you don't have that good inflow, that's what makes the budget kind of a mean little animal, and that we've got to address.
What do you think is the biggest economic impact on Grundy County?
Well, this may not be a popular thing to say, but I'm going to say it's probably drug related, and by that I'm not talking about the drug problem. And again, this is not a Grundy County problem. This is a problem that other counties have. It's a Hamilton County problem. I mean, we all face this problem, whether it be prescription drugs, the abuse of prescription drugs, or other illegal forms of drugs. The drug problem is a taxing problem on any county, and especially on our county, because it's not just the user that we're talking about. It's also the families that are impacted. When an individual is on drugs, they generally cannot afford their habit, and they will resort to family members. A lot of times they'll resort to theft, and then theft means you got to have more law enforcement, and now you're going to start incarcerating people. It just becomes it just starts mushrooming from there. And so I feel that's probably one of our biggest problems. I know a lot of people may want me to say, well, the lack of jobs is our biggest problems, but we've got to attack our drug problem. And I think that we're going to do that, and then we can attack the jobs, but that's also one of the hindrances, one of the things that manufacturers are going to look at. They're going to come into your county before they spend millions of dollars and invest in a facility. They're going to look at what your crime rate is, and they're going to look at some of your other socioeconomic issues. And so I think we've got to really do something about our drug. And again, this is something I see citizens engaged in. They are really engaged. We have several citizen groups that are out there that are focusing on our drug issue, and it's going to be one of my focus. As county mayor, I'm going to be involved with these citizens groups. We're going to do everything we can to attack our drug problem.